Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com, and today we're going to talk about getting ready to build up laterals or to do restorations on all incisors, be it whether you want to do them on 7 and 10 or upper 2s, you want to do it on 7 through 10, top front 4 teeth, 2 to 2, or you want to do it on 3 to 3 or 6 through 11. So ultimately, anytime we have a Bolton discrepancy, and if you don't know what a Bolton discrepancy is, that is the foundation for this video. So you need to take a pause on this video and go back and learn what a Bolton discrepancy is, how to find it, how to know it exists, and what the options are. Not going to go into that here because I've made tons of videos on that. To access that, you need to pause this, go into your YouTube, put up in the space bar Straightsmile Solutions. From there, that'll take you to my YouTube channel. From there, you can type, there's a small magnifying glass at the tabs at the top towards the right, not top right hand corner, but top right-ish. Put in the word right here, Bolton. Just put that word in, B-O-L-T-O-N. Watch all those videos and you'll be ready to come back to this video. Okay, good. Now I'm assuming you know what a Bolton is, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on. We know we have a Bolton discrepancy. Pretty common, runs in families, runs in my family for sure. I have small laterals, I have a Bolton, and I have spaces left around my laterals. No one ever gave me an option when I went into ortho as a kid. They just left space around my laterals. Now, I would have liked to have options, but that's what we decided to do. But a lot of patients don't want spaces left around their laterals, and maybe they don't want IPR on the bottom. Maybe they're too young for IPR. Maybe it's too severe for IPR. Maybe they don't want a lower incisor extraction. And so they want to get restorations on their laterals to make it look more square and more nice and more normal. And that's totally fine. Obviously, I'm not a restorative dentist, so I'm not going to go into the weeds about restorations. That's y'all's job. It's not my job. I'm an orthodontist. All I do is do what you tell me to do. So when a patient comes to me with this, first thing I'm going to do is go back to the restorative dentist and I'm going to say, hey, what do you want me to do? Do you want to do do you want me to do IPR? Do you want me to pull a tooth out, or do you want to do restorations? If restorative dentist says restorations and parent says restorations, restorations it is. Next step is I want this treatment plan locked in stone, okay? So that means what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work with the dentist and ask about space distribution. How do you want me to set up this case so that you have really nice setups? Are we doing 3 to 3? Are we doing 2 to 2? Are we doing 1 to just 2s? Are we doing 6 veneers, 4 veneers, or 2 veneers? That's the answer. First thing I'm gonna ask the dentist. So patient may have to go back. So before I can even work up this Invisalign treatment plan or aligner treatment plan, if it's braces, it's a little less urgent because we're going to deal with this at the end. If it's aligners, we're going to deal with it at the beginning. So we can't even approve this Clincheck. I'm just going to act like we're using Invisalign because I think, honestly, if you're going to do this, I think you should only do Invisalign because they have the resources that you need to make this look really, really good. And you're not going to have this in other aligner companies. I mean, it's just my experience. And to be really honest, I'm not going to get too into the weeds with it in braces because I think it's a nightmare to do in braces. After having done it for 15 years or so in braces, and then I found out I can do it much better in Invisalign, I just don't treat these cases with braces anymore because it's too much hassle with springs, closed coil springs, open coil springs. You fiddle around for months trying to get the space distribution right. Whereas with Invisalign, I can just program it on the front end and be done. Set it and forget it, right? So when patients come to me like this, they get Invisalign. There's no option. If they want braces, they can go down the street. I don't really care. So then what we do is once they've told me how many veneers they want, I want it set in stone. I want a signature from the restorative dentist. I want a signature from the parent that we're doing too, and exactly how we're doing the space. So I'm gonna really make everyone lock it in because what I don't want, and this is where I learned the hard way many, many times when I first got started. I'm gonna do restorations. Guess what? We'll get to the end, we set up the space. You know what? We changed our mind. Can we just have the space closed? We'll take the IPR. We'll take the extraction. What? Now I gotta spend another year on this case? That makes me mad, right? So I want everyone to be locked in stone. Now, most of you who are watching my videos are probably restorative dentists who also do ortho. So you get the added bonus of being able to bundle the fees into one big treatment plan. That way the patient is locked in. 100% you want to grab the signature, just like I said to do. And you want to take a deposit of at least 25 to 50% upfront for the restorations. Why? Because I want you to do a virtual wax up. Now, how to export STLs to do a virtual wax up, what that means, how to do it. Again, I got videos on that already. So all you have to do, same thing I told you before, go in the search bar, put in Straightsmile Solutions, get to my channel, go to the little magnifying glass, put in virtual wax up or just wax up, and it'll tell you, or export STL. It's gonna tell you how to do that with Invisalign, crazy, super easy. So all you're gonna do is you need to check with your lab to find out if your lab accepts Invisalign's Clin Check's Export STL for virtual wax-ups. Not all labs do, many labs do, the bigger ones do. So if they do not, well then you won't be using that lab for the restorations. So you need to, or at least for the virtual wax, yeah, I would just, for the virtual wax up. You want to get the virtual wax up before I even approve the Clincheck. I want to know that your patient has accepted it. Virtual wax up cost varies. I've heard anywhere from $100 to $300. You can do an actual wax up. I know my husband does it. He actually exports it and he does a physical wax up. The price point was not all that different, to be honest. They print the model, they do the wax up like old school on the model. He gets the physical model, he shows the patient can look at it, touch it, feel it. It's not just a, an NFT. It's not just a visual thing, a digital thing. But, whatever floats your boat, you can do that. Yes, it's a couple $100s, but guess what? You built that into the fee. That's part of the process. You already took the deposit down, okay? So you 100% how to do it, because I don't know how you want me to distribute the space. That's your job. And if you don't know, that's why we do the wax up. How do I normally do it? When I work with people, I usually do 1/3, 2/3 space distribution, but that's if I'm doing laterals only. Okay, that means I'm gonna close the space here and all the space is gonna be around here and here, okay? This is not done, this is just a picture. So 1/3, 2/3 is probably more like this. We're gonna have a tiny bit here and more back here, okay? But a lot of it's gonna depend on the shape of the tooth too. And plus, if you're doing crowns, you maybe want it more centered. You may want 1/2, 1/2. So you have to tell me what you want. If we're doing, veneers on front 4, then we're gonna want all the space equidistant. It's very easy for me to program this into Clincheck. I just have to know what you want, okay? So this is a lot of back and forth between patient, restorative dentist, and orthodontist, and it's a triangle, and we might go in the triangle for a few weeks trying to figure this out as you're gonna do various virtual wax-ups. Now, the key to the virtual wax-up within the Clincheck program is that if you do not approve this treatment plan, again, this is why you take the deposit, they're gonna charge you something. I don't know what it is. It's only a free service if you approve the treatment plan. If not, they're going to charge you a fee for dealing with the setup and all, doing the work on their end. So you need to make sure you've taken a deposit and the patient understands that once you start using these services, they are committed one way or another to some type of orthodontics. It doesn't mean that you have to do that treatment plan, but you need to do some type of Invisalign. So, of course, that's the only way that you could do it. There's no other way to do this, to do the virtual wax up without using Invisalign's feature. And as far as I know, no other aligner company has this functionality. If I'm wrong, great. Contact me. I have no problem updating this video. Contact me at info@Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. Send me a message. Tell me, hey, my aligner company has virtual wax ups, export STL. Here's how we do it. Great. Send me a sample. Send me an example. Show me how to do it. I'll make a video on that and I'll update this. But for now, all I know is that Invisalign Align technology has it. So anyways, that's it. That's how you set up this for restorations. And if you do it my way, it's going to save a lot of headaches. I can 100% guarantee you. All right, thanks so much. And hey, if you're a consumer or a prospective patient who's watching this video, just educating yourself, take this information to your dentist. If your patient is a general or a pediatric dentist that doesn't know what this means, they're welcome to contact me. We talk to dentists all the time and it's a free service. So just tell them to contact Straightsmile Solutions to learn more about it. If you're an orthodontist and you're not already doing this, you should, and you're welcome to contact us as well. All right, thanks.